Mount Etna, the largest active volcano in Europe, the first historically recorded eruption of Etna was described in 476 BC by the Greek poet Pindaro, who wrote, "Snowy Etna, a column in the sky, always covered with dazzling snow." Its eruptions first create and later manipulate the lay of the land, from the rugged cliffs along the Catania coastline, and lastly until the mouth of the Alcantara, with its narrow gorges cut into the lava rock. In this particular morphology of the territory, lava and water are the two natural protagonists of the landscape. Who would believe this earth to be sterile, and yet the smoking pastures bloom again? The burnt flint returns fertile, and while the hard stones fuse in the fire, flourishing green grasslands defy the flames.
L'Etna, monte nemico e tuttavia troppo bello, troppo potente per non sentirne la maestà, un terrore e un'adorazione che si perdono nel mito, che sono ancora oggi mito. Vecchie immagini di eruzioni memorabili, storia di secoli fa provata dal ricordo dei viventi. Ieri come oggi. A un tratto il gigante si infuria, la fiumana ardente traboccata dal cratere minaccia e sommerge paesi. Qui ha raggiunto il mare a Catania, la città 7 volte distrutta.
In order to appreciate the events that have determined the history of the seaside towns and the character of the local culture, it is a must to take a drive along the roads, stop in the public squares of the villages, enjoy a visit to the numerous cherished religious buildings, and view the splendid urban or suburban residences.
Il progetto Borghi Marinari della Lava è un esempio concreto delle azioni che la provincia di Catania ha attivato e attiverà nell'immediato futuro con l'obiettivo di contribuire al progresso e alla crescita dei nostri territori nella direzione di una prospettiva di sviluppo durevole e radicata nei contesti locali.
San Giovanni Licuti is the favoured summer destination of Catanese citizens. Here a small and hospitable village welcomes both locals and tourists alike. It boasts tourist facilities and gastronomic attractions and is unique with its beach formed from the black sand of Etna. Every 8th of September in the Ognina hamlet, a special location for those wishing to enjoy a moment of a fusion of the sea with the world of fishermen, there is the celebration of the feast of the Madonna of Ognina, better known with the popular name of A Festa da Bambina, namely the Feast of the Holy Child. While awaiting the re-entry of the Bambina into the port, bunches of flowers are thrown into the water in honor of the fallen at sea. On arrival, she is welcomed with a firework display. At the same time, there is the Festival of the Blue Fish, which is fried in the open air and sold at a nominal price. Religious festivities, so prevalent in these areas, constitute the moment in which religious fervour and the expression of the popular spirit encounter, giving rise to unique spectacles. They are moments in which the collective Sicilian identity, as Leonardo Sciascia wrote, lets itself go in a free existential outburst, which may at times seem to exceed simple religiosity. The castle of Agicastello, constructed entirely of lava stone ashlars, was built up to its definitive state in 1076 by the Normans. The interior, approached by an evocative lava stone staircase, today plays host to the Civic Museum and a small botanical garden. In 1969, in this Norman castle, Pier Paolo Pasolini shot the scene of the trial in his film Porcile, The Pig Pen. Some time before, a little further on, Visconti narrated the lives of fishermen from Agitrezza in the immediate post-war period.
Buongiorno Antonio. Buongiorno Antonio. Chi vuoi, Caruso?
Chi si è tocca, vero? E noi ci restiamo contenti.
Sì, wow, ci è stato contento. Ma i soldi per fare la villa non ce n'è.
At Acitrezza, today a renowned tourist locality, Giovanni Verga set his greatest realist novel, I Malevoli. The reserve and protected marine area of the Isola dei Ciclopi extends over the stretch of sea off Acitrezza between Capomolini and Punta Aguzza. The reserve comprises l'Isola Lacchea, the large Faraglione and the small Faraglioni. Its name is linked to the famous episode of Ulysses and Polyphemus as told in Homer's Odyssey.
L'area marina protetta nasce nel 1989 con un decreto del Ministero dell'Ambiente. Scopo dell'area marina protetta è quello di tutelare i fondali, le ricchezze ambientali e naturalistiche in esso presenti, in quanto i nostri fondali, tipicamente rocciosi, ricchi di anfratti, guglie e rifugi, ospitano una fauna molto varia e eterogenea.
The protected area was established on the emerged portion of the islands to safeguard the particular natural environment in which the rare endemic lizard, Podassis sicula cyclopica, lives and reproduces. The islands may be visited. It is possible to reach them thanks to the service offered by fishermen from the village of Acitrezza. They rigorously make use of their typical rowing boats. Only over a few stretches do the fishermen start the motor. During religious festivities, Sicilians ritually experiment traits of their own identity. It's no surprise that the festivities dedicated to patron saints of the seaside villages most often involve manifestations that take place in the sea. On June the 24th in Agitrezza and on the first Sunday of August in Pozzillo, there is the demonstration of a typical moment in the fisherman's daily life, the hunting of the swordfish in the Straits of Messina. It is a burlesque and satirical representation involving a number of personages. Continuing along the coast, arriving in the territory of Aciriale, one reaches a high cliff formed by banks of effusive rocks that run from Capomolini northwards until the small port of Pozzillo. According to popular tradition, the city of Aciriale is said to lie on 7 strata of overlaid lava, namely the 7 layers of the Timper. In truth, the number 7 serves to define an infinite number of lava stratifications that have affected the Aciriale territory. In the summer, these spots, which have kept their fascination of uncontaminated nature, are popular destinations for swimmers and tourists who are attracted by the delightful villages of Capomolini, Santa Maria la Scala, Santa Tecla, Stazzo and Pozzillo, the villages of the Timper. At Capomolini, one may admire the 16th century Tower of Santa Anna, once a lookout point to the castle of Aci and Tor Aci Raffi, today used as a marine beacon. Santa Tecla also conserves an ancient lava stone tower, the so-called Ritola, situated right on the sea and related to other lookout constructions along the coast. Santa Maria la Scala is a little fishing village comprising simple small houses of pastel-coloured plaster built up around an old 17th century church. The route of the chiazzetta, ramps carved into the lavas of the Timper, starts off from this village and reaches the Tocco Fort and further up the city of Aciriale. What represents the main attraction of this reserve is the fact that it is a real and proper open-air geological museum.
La Timpa è un nome che nel dialetto siciliano indica chiaramente anche la tipologia e la struttura, che è quella della scarpata a mare. In essa si possono ritrovare i vecchi apparati eruttivi dell'Etna, del Mongimbella. È fruibile anche attraverso l'assistenza ai visitatori con l'accordo, una convenzione con l'Associazione Lega Ambiente di Aciriale, che fornisce delle guide.
No poche sole, solamente, no poche sole, solamente, no poche sole, me brucia mente.
The town of Riposto flourished particularly in the second half of the 19th century. Here, many important examples of civil and industrial architecture can be seen, linked to the activities of producing and conserving local wine. The name U Ripostu, the ripostiglio, in fact derives precisely from this activity of the town's warehouses.